In the Stands podcast, powered by Conditioned Air Systems for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing needs. Please check out their contact info in the link below for a great local company. In the Stands, back at you. Andy Roberts, Jason Loggins.
What up?
I think we do need to get right into this. Our picks record.
Of course, you want us to talk about it.
Well, I definitely want to talk about it. Told you I was going to win, so yeah, we're going to
won week one for sure.
Well, you can't win them all without starting with the first one. That's just what I'm going to say.
How's that eye doing?
That's
a one eye over here.
Yeah. Let everybody know I've got an eye infection, okay? We're here my right eye. Hopefully it's not on
3
camera.
days.
Listen, big-time players make big-time plays and big-time moments. I'm only here for anybody that actually watches this podcast. I'm doing this for y'all.
Oh, okay. Well, speaking of big-time players making big-time plays, let's just go ahead and just talk about our player of the week.
Oh, yeah. Unbelievable performance.
Yeah.
Cole Lindleaf.
Yeah.
North Hall High School.
Cole Lindleaf.
3 interceptions. I believe, did you say ties a school record?
I think so.
And remarkable on that, I believe it was the first interception, he actually 2 plays before he picked that ball, intercepted another one but was called out of bounds. I believe it was 2 plays later, intercepted again. Yeah. So just remarkable. They actually, North Hall in that game mounted a little bit of a comeback there. Yeah. They got down, I believe, 21-7 kind of quick. I think final was 28-21. But, defense will do that for you. 3 interceptions. Unbelievable performance. Start week 1.
Yeah, obviously it's a loss, but I think with this new ranking system now with GAC, which is a great football team, now North Hall needs for them to win a lot.
Oh, yeah.
To not affect their ranking, so to speak. So
yep, for sure.
Definitely an interesting week 1 for Hall County sports or high school sports and football in general. Only one team in Hall County won this past weekend, and that was LCA.
Yeah, the only team located in Hall County get a win. Yeah, I am too. But listen, we talked about it last week. Week 1 is it's about seeing how prepared you are, what you've got going into the rest of the season. You want that win badly, but that's more, I believe, week 1 is a tell of what you're going to have, how much more preparing you need to do on each side of the ball. You want to basically, get out of there with a win's a big deal in week 1, but it's more about seeing what you've got for the season. So season's definitely not over, obviously, for these teams, but that was remarkable. Only one team located in Hall County.
And there's a couple teams that need a lot of work, and that's like you said, it's week 1. That's why they practice every day. So,
so we'll see.
It's not how you start; it's how you finish, right?
That's right. But for the sake of our little competition here, Fargo boys, if y'all can throw it up on screen, the records from last week. And yes, you will see, I pulled in week 1 victory with 6-3 record, I believe. I believe you were in second. And our guest picker, Coach Emmy, came in third, just maybe one behind you.
Yeah, 4 and 5.
Which really was, to be honest, she had no clue we were doing that and through that last second. So she actually, did fairly well considering that. Yeah. So, looking forward to this week. I've got a great guest on today, doing remarkable things down in Flowery Branch with that football program. I'm really excited to talk to Coach Perry, and again, we'll let him pick some games with us.
Got a big game for him this week and the whole Flowery Branch community.
Yeah, that's right, Cherokee Bluff.
Yeah, they're neighbors.
Bringing some of that local rivalry in.
Yeah.
I know they normally don't play in season. Will this be the first time they've played each other? We've got to look that up. I know they normally do not play each other. So that community down in the South End, they're really looking forward to this. There's a lot of bragging rights on the line there. So I think that's going to be a great football game. Lakeview Chestatee, big deal there is Lakeview has never played a Hall County school. I probably should flip that to say I don't think a Hall County school has ever agreed to play Lakeview. So big deal that Chestatee is going to do it. Now with the power rankings, it's only going to be harder to schedule that game for Lakeview. So this is a big deal that they're getting in on the Hall County action.
Well, lots of unknown, especially with Lakeview, because they didn't get to finish their game.
Yeah, that's right.
So, Chestatee, they got beat pretty bad, but at least they played. They had players in and ran some plays, and so I think they have a little advantage over Lakeview.
Definitely.
Right now. So
Lakeview, a little bit of bad luck right now to start the season. Had a scrimmage against Johnson, hour and a half delay because of lightning. Ended up only playing half the scrimmage. Then drove down to Woodbury, Georgia, played Flint River Academy, and again, sat there. It was not raining, but just sat there for an hour and a half, waiting on Lightning to move out. Played one quarter. Again, to be first game, Lakeview actually looked pretty good for that quarter, but then Lightning came literally as the horn went off for the first quarter. Weather, light started flashing and delayed again, and ultimately ended up getting canceled. And so the game basically was no contest. So Lakeview technically has 2 quarters of a scrimmage and 1 quarter of a game under their belt right now. So we'll see how that plays into Friday. Lakeview is hosting the game.
Coach, come on, have them boys ready though.
Oh yeah, definitely. So looking forward to that one.
Yep.
But great week of sports. Great to be back out here. Looking forward to hearing from Coach Perry. And again, looking forward to getting a week 2 victory on you on these picks.
I mean, it is what it is. So I'm only one behind you. We're doing a total combined.
Now that's what we're doing. We're not doing week by week.
We're doing. Look
Okay.
what others do. Yeah,
I'll roll with that.
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
So.
All right. Hope everybody enjoys our guest. All right. In the stands, welcome back. We've got a great guest on for you today, Michael Perry, who I've known a long time. Glad to have you. Quick rundown of Michael's coaching career. He's currently the varsity football coach at Flowery Branch, doing a phenomenal job there. He started back in 2006 as assistant coach at Gainesville High School as an offensive coordinator and quarterback coach over his tenure there. From 2006 to 2015, 2012 state champion. 2016 went on to Coffee High School where he was the OC and QB coach. 2017 and 18 on to as the head coach at Central High School. Centennial High School. In his first year there, had the first playoff win in 15 years. From there on to East Hall for a year as the head coach. Then to Union County, where he had a great run. Won more playoff games there than any other coach since 1957. Remarkable. Currently, as I mentioned, Flowery Branch High School since 2025. First year there, winning the most games since 2021 and the first home playoff game since 2020. 2025 Gainesville Times Coach of the Year. And Trey Shields became the first ever player from Flowery Branch High School to get a scholarship offer from the University of Georgia under your tenure. So very remarkable there. Coach Perry has been blessed to coach 2 Division I starting QBs that both went on to play in the NFL. Deshaun Watson, Clemson, then on to Cleveland Browns, and Max Brosmer, Minnesota, then to the Minnesota Vikings.
Correct.
So just says a lot about you, Coach. Thanks again for being on the podcast.
Happy to be here, Andy.
Great. As I've mentioned, I've known you a long time, played football with you.
Right.
You and Tyler, your brother, who I guess has coached with you ever since you started. Great.
He's our offensive line coach, so.
Awesome.
Yep, we have our battles every week.
I can only imagine.
You know,
Brotherly love.
We love it. So
yeah, I can only imagine. But no, I know 2 great guys. Played football with you. Both was not one bit surprised to hear you going on to in the coaching world. Both played 100% heart and effort all the time. Both had great attitudes, and it has obviously trickled down to your coaching. You just do it the right way.
I appreciate that.
What we've seen the last year or so at Flowery Branch, I know Loggins and I love it. I love what you're doing, love what you've done with that program. So first, just tell us a little bit about your coaching journey, and then we'll get into Flowery Branch.
So the funny thing, my twin brother Tyler, after Gainesville, we went to Georgia as students. Tyler always knew he wanted to be a football coach. I thought I wanted to be a pediatrician until I started working in hospitals. And it was awful. I hated it. I miss just being around the guys in the locker room. And, we love football. Always have. Our family, anybody who knew our family's obsessed with it. And I was like, man, I'm going to be a high school football coach. That's what I want to do. Our high school football coaches at Gainesville at the time, Steve Wilson, Dave McConnell. We just had such great, Chris Carpenter, such great influences my best friends to this day are still guys I played high school football with, and that's why I do it. Jake and Josh Bryce, the Bryce twins. So love those guys, and it's just that's what it's about, and that's what I want kids that play for us to, years down the road. It's about those memories. It's about those relationships you made, because football is hard. I mean, it's 2026. Let's guys really want to play it, and this is at any school. Those guys that come out there and sweat and bleed and bond together, it's something, there's nothing else like it. And that's why I love it so much.
Definitely. Coach McConnell, I see him most Fridays mornings at breakfast, and man, just what a I guess I would say in the 2000s he had one of the longest tenures at Gainesville.
For sure,
as a coach. I could probably the longest.
Right.
But I know he was a great coach to have out there. Did a lot for the players. Was vested in the players, and just a great man. So definitely want to give him a shout out. So I know at Gainesville, speaking of that, there for a while, state champion under your belt there. Coach Deshaun. So who went on to do remarkable things. So just tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so it was such a fun time back then. I remember rivalry games when we'd play some of the other Hall County's teams. I remember playing Flowery Branch. I mean, it was like standing room only. Like they would shut the place down. Fire marshal wouldn't let any more people in. It was insane. So it was a lot of fun back then. Working for Bruce Miller, exceptional man, exceptional coach, and he was kind enough and gracious enough to let me kind of learn my way, and he didn't micromanage us. And we had great assistant coaches, and also we had great players. Deshaun Watson, was so intelligent and so humble at the same time. He got all the attention in the world. We'd have Ohio State, Urban Meyer, Tom Herman, his offense coordinator, who's who at practice all the time, but you never would have known it by how he carried himself. And he treated every guy on the team, from if you were a starter to a guy that was never going to play, the exact same. And he's a phenomenal person, phenomenal athlete, and glad to see that he's starting for the Cleveland Browns.
100%. No, he's earned it back. He's fought his way back through these injuries and the mess that he's been through. And
exactly.
He was never convicted.
Right. Exactly.
Let's clear that up real quick.
Yep.
Right.
But yeah, I'm happy to see a Gainesville boy.
Oh yeah, to
out
continue
there.
to strive
Yeah.
and with everything he's been through, and continues to put
100%.
his head down and work hard, and hey, that's what happens. A great testament for anybody around here. So
Well, and I think it's a testament to, and I think a lot of the athletes need to hear this and see him, is that he got paid a lot of money.
yeah,
A lot of people to go through the injuries that he went through, and as we talked about how hard the quarterback position is in the NFL, and he could have taken the money, and I wouldn't even call it running. I mean, he earned it from what he did in signing that contract. But a lot of people by this point, okay, maybe my body can't take anymore. I'm good.
Just
I'm
wave
gonna
the
take
flag.
a step back,
Yeah.
and he's not done that. He is battled out. He's trained, and now he's been named starter, and I think it's remarkable. So yeah, I love that he's out of Hall County doing what he's doing.
Another thing I loved about my time at Gainesville was so after Deshaun graduated and left, went to Clemson, I had a little bitty kid named Mikey Gonzalez. Mikey Gonzalez, no one thought he would ever play. We had kids. I mean, there were all these rumors about, oh man, some transfer quarterback's going to come in and take his spot. Mikey sat on and this probably would never happen in 2026.
Sure.
Mikey was the backup for 3 years to Deshaun. Came to every film session, every meeting we ever had, never complained one time. He'd get mop-up duty in games if we got big leads and stuff, but he stuck it out. And then his senior year, he threw for more touchdowns than anybody in the state of Georgia. And the kid is shorter than me.
I had no clue.
And I mean, we made it to the Elite Eight. We got beat by, I believe it was like Alatoona, like in the last play of the game, or we'd be in the Final Four. And I mean, that's something, and that's one of my favorite things I always remember, how hard that kid worked, and no one thought he'd ever amount to much because of his stature, but he stuck with it, and he's one of the smartest quarterbacks ever coached.
Wow. Well, and then not just from his stature, but it's hard for a kid, freshman to junior year, to be the backup, not play in any position, and know, okay, you've got 1 year, and you've worked so hard those 3 years. A lot of kids would have probably given up on it, or I'd rather have fun my senior year. I've not really got much out of this, and to put the work in, and then to know, hey, if it's just 1 year, go give it your all. I love that. Yeah, great story. So tell us a little bit about your tenure here at Flowery Branch. Like I said, we love what you're doing. Tell us a little bit about your team this year.
Really excited. We had 20 seniors last year that graduated, so we're replacing a lot. So we got a lot of new faces in there. a guy that's not a new face, but has gotten so much better. He's always a good player, but he's just so much more mature in how he handles practice and everything. Tyler Robinson is an exceptional wide receiver.
Yep.
You can put him anywhere. I mean, Cass is a very good team. Went 9-3 last year. He had 4 touchdowns the other night against a very good secondary. Very
226 yards, I believe.
Correct.
Yeah, over 200 yards.
In our scrimmage in the Cass game, he's had 7 touchdowns in 2 games.
Wow.
So we'll take that.
Yeah,
So,
I saw that. We gave a player of the week earlier, and Cole Lindley from North Hall got it for 3 interceptions, tied the school record. But Tyler was down on that list because that was remarkable. Over 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. Did it in athletic ways.
Right.
So I'm sure to try to replace Trey Shields, that's a good guy to have.
Right, he's definitely a good guy to have. So, but we got some others. I was really proud of how our quarterback Rex Green played in his first varsity experience playing against a team like that. Got some stuff we'll clean up for sure, but I was very pleased with how he performed. He threw over for, I think, 317 yards, something like that. So, we just got to keep getting better. Got another receiver, Earl Adamson, who's going to be really good for us. Jasper Williams is just a sophomore. He is going to be a really good football player for us. He plays wide receiver too. So excited about what he can do as well.
Wow, awesome.
Love it.
Yeah.
So speaking of Rex Green, we talked about this last week. Big game coming up Friday for
Right.
you, Cherokee Bluff, Flyer
We'll talk
Branch.
about it.
Yeah. I know it's picked to be a really good football game. I could not remember. Will this be the first time those 2 programs have played? I know they normally don't play in
First
regular
ever
season.
time. It's hard to believe, but it'll be the first ever time they
That's-
played varsity football against each
I
other.
heard that last week, and it was hard to believe for me. That's why I wanted to confirm it. I
Yeah.
can't believe that, but I know the community's hyped up about that.
Right.
We talked a lot about local rivalries and that kind of thing, power rankings, how they work now. We're worried you may not see as many rivalries going forward just because you really got to be strategic in your scheduling and that kind of thing. So love that y'all are playing. But in saying that, you got Rex Green and CJ Payne, Cherokee Bluff.
Right.
Both going against each other,
Yeah.
grew up together, and really grew up more so in the Gainesville system. Both transferred out. And so, when we talked about Gainesville doing what they're doing now and kind of becoming what Buford has done in the years past, and you do see a lot of transfers coming in and what level they're at, it's great to see, when that first started happening. I know there was a lot of people in the community that, we don't like this. Gainesville's going in a whole different direction. And that part is what it is. They've done that. I love that Buford's got some competition now. I love that you see the athletes that are out there right now. But one thing we did say from the beginning is, hey, this could be a great thing for the whole county because you're going to have some players that should be on that field getting that opportunity, might not get it there. You've got a lot of moving parts every year coming in and out, and I love that this is, we're seeing that now.
Right.
And you're seeing two guys that have, transferred out. They're getting the opportunity they should be getting. And
Right.
now we're gonna
Both
see them
are
play.
very good high school football players.
Absolutely. And so, and speaking of that, tell us a little bit about Trey Shields. I want everybody to hear just kind of how he did under your tenure. He transferred in, I believe, to
Right.
you, and where it didn't look like maybe he'd get some opportunities. I kind of want you to tell where that's led for him.
Yeah, so Trey came to us from another school. One of his relatives coaches for him, Tyler Addison, who played at Gainesville, but he coaches with us. And so I had that connection, and kid hadn't played football since his freshman year for whatever reason. I don't know. But it took one practice for us to be like, okay. I mean, Tyler looked at each other and like, this kid right here is going to play football for a very, very long time. And he came in, and the thing I love about Trey the most is when you watch college and NFL, even in high school, wide receivers are such divas. It just drives me crazy. But Trey is not a diva at all. He can toast you, he can moss you, he can do whatever, but he's never going to show you up. And as hard as he and as good as player he was, he's on our scout team giving our start defense a look every single day, where most kids aren't going to want to do that in today's time. But he's just extremely hard worker. And the reason he was like that, he's like, Coach, I've only played 1 year. I got to get more reps, and just exceptional athlete. South Florida was on him the whole time. He was a late qualifier. Brian Hartline, who used to be at Ohio State, arguably the best wide receiver coach in the
100%.
country. So they were all about him. And then we have my brother and I have a relationship with Andrew Thacker, coach for his stepfather for years at Gainesville. And we're like, Andrew, we got a guy y'all really need to take a look at. And Andrew got his stuff, and like that day, James Coley, Georgia's receiver coach, came and came to see him. So it was just, kind of took off from there. So very excited about that kid. He's doing really well so far. And he's just going to keep getting better and better and better because he's only played 1 year of football, really. So the sky's the limit for him. I mean, we can't wait to see what he does.
The media down there in Athens are already
Right.
high on him.
That's what I was going to say. From what we've heard, he's turning heads
Right.
In Athens.
Yep.
Which is great.
Well, he was very humble. He made a play last year in the playoff game there at the Branch, and we said, good catch. He's like, thank you, sir. Just real humble.
Right.
He didn't, like you said, he didn't show anything up. He was just
Right. Just a
business,
super great kid.
business-like,
So,
Just, so props to him.
Yeah, that was the first time we had seen you guys play last year, and we left that game talking a lot about Trey, and after watching him live,
Right.
quarterback, Brett was very good.
He was.
But I was just also tell us a little bit about if you do anything fun, any kind of team bonding stuff, because another thing I noticed coming to that playoff game is, again, you guys not being there long and just the camaraderie of that team, hyped up, the fan turnout, the fan base at that game was phenomenal, the atmosphere, and it just, to me, felt like you'd been coaching there for 5 years or longer. So I just thought that was remarkable, and that's not an easy thing to do as a coach.
No,
so
it's
just
not.
Anything you've got in your tool belt that helps with that?
I think you just have to be yourself,
Yeah.
and you have to remember you have to make it fun. You have to make football's hard. Practice, it can get monotonous, but you have to make it fun. And then also you have to understand what it takes to be a great teammate. And I think that's also a foreign concept too in 2026 because everybody thinks it's all about me. So our coaches do a really good job of giving examples of what a great teammate is and what a poor teammate is. So that's something we hash and rehash with them over and over again.
Sure.
Because the biggest thing is like very few people, high school kids, are going to go on to college. Even less are going to go play in the NFL or whatever they're doing. So, like, what are you getting out of this? You have to get something that's going to make you a better man, and that's what we're all about. So,
well, we saw that for sure, and we saw that and again, football. It's tough. You've got so many players out there. It's a rough sport as it is.
Right.
You've got to get hyped up to play these games, and then sometimes that feeds up into a little bit too much. And I think football is probably, I would say, the hardest sport to keep everybody level-headed. You're going to have some times out there, the moments are going to get the best of you. But again, from what we saw, you and your staff did a remarkable job on how they all presented.
We've got a
themselves.
really good assistant coaching staff, and assistant coaches don't get near the credit they deserve. Those guys spend. As a head coach, you can only do so much. You can't be around everybody 24/7, but your assistants, everybody's got to be aligned. David Head, our defense coordinator, he's from Bowden, where they won all kinds of state championships. Coached the pro throw kid at Georgia. He's been exceptional. And then the offensive guys coach for me for the most part. I've had like Coach Marsh and my brother have coached with me everywhere I've been a head coach. So just to have that continuity, that's why we've been successful. Is those guys. So
Sure.
What do you base your offensive philosophy off of? Like, Mike Leach was an air raid kind of guy.
Yeah.
So what kind of? I know you like
so
to
actually,
sling it.
yeah. So years ago, my brother Tyler and I were just like, we love learning. That's what you got to do as a coach. You just can't ever stop learning. And we would just watch the University of Houston play when Dana Holgerson was our head coach, and they had Case Keenum as their quarterback, still in the NFL.
Yeah.
And then Mike Leach, of course, Dana Holgerson has a ties to Mike Leach, and they would go to schools that weren't good, shouldn't be good, and they would win. And we were like, okay, we need to study what they're doing. And so Tyler and I would make a pilgrimage every summer and spring, usually. We'd go up to wherever Dana Holgerson was. And I got in really well with Shannon Dawson, who's now the offense coordinator at Miami. And Shannon would follow Holgerson a lot, and he was at West Virginia. So Tyler and I would go to West Virginia. We must have gone like however many years Holgerson was there, 4 or 5, whatever, every year. And then Shannon Dawson goes to Kentucky. Then he goes to Southern Miss. Then they go back to Houston. And every year we're just going wherever they go. And they were kind enough to let us watch all the practice and all the meetings and, just absorb all the great things that they do. And that's really kind of what we do. So, but we're always trying to get better. Football is a very cyclical game. Things disappear and then come back, and you're just always trying to get better. But that's what I love, just always learning the newest things.
I love it when you throw the ball around.
Right.
Just mix it up.
Yeah.
The power run game is kind of, you got to have a running back, right?
Right.
Offensive line, but.
And now it's kind of going back more towards running because like open field tackling is so difficult and so hard. Run fits are not the best all the time. So
is it hard, or do they want to tackle?
This is a little bit of both. A little bit of both. I mean, and with the rules, I mean, it's not like back when we played.
Right.
You could do whatever, I mean, you're so limited in what you can and can't do, and we, of course, we love our kids and we want them to be safe, not have concussions, and so we have to teach the right way. And there's, you only have so much contact you can really do if you follow the rules, and so, but yeah. That's why tackling is a bigger issue now. But I also think people are so good at getting skilled guys the ball in space. And that used to, you'd have one guy you'd have to worry about. Well, now if you're putting out, 5 guys that can do something with the ball, that's a lot for a defense to have to manage. So
I think that's why 7-on-7 is so important now in the off season and stuff. That's took off, and it's
reps is just more important than anything. So
we didn't have that, 30, 35 years ago. So
yeah,
and the training, we've talked about it with all sports, and how so many sports now have gone. You hate to say it, you hate for a kid to feel like they've got to play it year round, but so many do play it year round, and the training that they're getting now, and even with skill players, the ladder drills, the core training, all the stuff they're doing.
Bringing that up though, that's one thing I love about Trey Shields, and it goes back to you either have the God-given ability or you don't. Trey Shields, he didn't do any All-Star 7-on-7 team. He didn't have some former NFL trainer, receiver, teach. Like, no, the kid's just that good. And I think that, I'm more old school.
No, no, trust me, we are. And we're multi-sport. We love
because
multi-sport.
Deshaun was at Gainesville, played basketball, He played baseball briefly. But it's just the more you play anything, the more pressure situations you're in. Definitely. That's what's going to make you better. Definitely. You don't have to play football 24/7. You shouldn't. You're going to get burned out. It's the stupidest thing you can do, But people pay a lot of money for this training and that training, whatever. But you can do whatever you want to do. But if you're good enough, you're going to make it regardless. Doesn't matter if you're on the best team in the state of Georgia, the worst team, you're going to make it. Brock Bowers played on a losing team in California. Look how he turned out.
Yep, love it.
Well, that's what goes back to what you're talking about, having a great support staff and your assistants. This day and time, if the kids don't get their way, they're going to take their ball and go somewhere else. So I can't imagine dealing with these kids' egos because they can see all the NIL and they can go chase this and chase that. But just keeping your guys locked in at the branch or wherever school you're at, it's got to be so difficult now.
And I mean, like you see, and it just makes me so sick to see youth teams state champions. They're getting rings at 6, 7, 8 years old, whatever. I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing? No wonder, Sorry, just about little things.
No,
this
because
is raw, real, and
presidents,
right here.
and
So.
they feel like they've got to have that the rest of their life, and then they feel like
back. This is what I used to love, when you played park and rec football, wherever. You played Monday, Tuesday night, Wednesday, whatever. It wasn't Saturday. Saturday was for what? College football. If you're not going to Sanford Stadium, you're watching it. And now I just feel like it's so and I know schedules, everything's crazy, but I'm we really lost track of and messed it up. I really think that.
And Wednesday was for church.
Right.
And now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's just.
I've said many times, I've got 3 sons, none of them played football until they got to middle school. And I've said many times, I do not want Saturdays. I mean, the traveling and all day, you're at, playing youth football, and it's a lot. It seems like it's a lot.
And that's one thing we do differently too. That just something we do is like Sundays we don't bring kids in at all. We don't.
Oh.
We work as coaches, but we give them a day off. Like we want the weekend off. Y'all are kids. This isn't like we're going to work you hard. We're going to clean up the film and watch film and all that stuff. But we're not asking you to come in on Sunday. Sunday's church. You do your thing. You with your family, recover. Like I know a lot of coaches bring people in. That's, hey, you do whatever you think's right. But that's just something we do differently, and I think it gets them. I think too, it's with social media. There's all this pressure on these kids that we didn't have. Every game, there's going to be the opposing team, and it's usually not the players. It's some kid that doesn't even play that's going to be like sending them messages and trying to start stuff.
That's right.
I mean, if they have a bad game, it's going to be all over everything. Like it's stuff we didn't have to deal with. So just these kids need a mental break. So that's another reason we kind of do that too sometimes.
That's shocking to hear that. I mean, this day and time, you know, we'll be back in there Sunday.
Right.
We're going to grind Sunday.
Right.
We'll start back at it Monday morning. But
Yep.
thanks for that. So
Yeah.
Love it.
yeah.
All right. Well, you are our guest number 2.
Okay.
Don't know if you saw last week. We had Coach Jimmy Hughes on here, but each week during football season, we're picking a handful of games from around the county and state. We're getting a little bit outside the county this week, but Loggins and myself against each other, and cumulative throughout the season will be the guest picker each week.
Okay.
Their record will go, and we're going to see who wins. Currently, I'm up first week 1-0. So just want to throw that out there.
He was
again.
5-4. I was,
No, I was 6-3.
6-3. I was 5-4.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
You're close. Close.
So we'll put you on the spot here.
Okay.
And I hold grudges, so just remember.
Okay,
that. So
all right.
Some of the teams I picked last week, I'm picking against them.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, we're going to start off with it's not a Hall County team, but it's local. You know, it's in the area.
Right.
My daughter may have graduated from one of these schools. Commerce versus East Jackson.
All right, so I get to go first?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You're
All
up
right, so I know both. I mean, Coach Gregory, this is his second year there. He's a really good coach. East Jackson, I know, is Coach Pettis did a great job there before. I know they have a new staff now. Pettis is now assistant at Lumpkin, but a tough matchup. But I think I'm going to go Commerce.
I don't know much about either one, so I'm going to be honest. I'm solely going with Commerce because my man went with Commerce.
Yeah. Commerce's coach is he's the one that coached Travis Hunter, right?
Correct. He was at Collins Hill, and he's actually the Centennial head coach before I was the Centennial head coach. That was my first head coaching job, so I followed him. But he's a really good coach. So
I mean, my daughter graduated from Commerce, so
yeah,
I've got to go.
a lot of
Commerce,
tradition
so,
there.
yeah.
So
Next up, White County, who beat East Hall pretty bad
right.
against Union County.
That's cool.
So we got 2 really good coaches there. Union County, I love that place. Great people there. Mandy Hunter is one of the best people in the world. She's athletic director there. I'm going Union County
All right.
just because those people mean a lot to me up there.
I love Blairsville.
Because I technically, White County.
I do know Union County's had a lot of injuries. I just can't pick against
Yeah,
them.
no, I get it. I get it. I'm gonna have to stay with White County. Go with them, and they put a beat down on East Hall, so I'm staying with them.
Yeah, unfortunately, you did pick White County last week, and I picked East Hall, but I was leaning towards White the whole time. So, White County for me. So, next up, and this is supposedly a heated rivalry up there,
Right.
in Habersham Central versus Stevens County.
Right.
I know Habersham Central got beat pretty bad last week by Hart County.
Good Hart County team.
Yeah, and Stevens County, I think they lost their coach over the offseason too, right?
Right. He's down in South Georgia at Fitzgerald. So
And they were pretty decent last year.
Right.
So, what are your thoughts on that one?
I'm going to go with Hab Central. Benji does a great job over there. He's always really good on the offense. So I'm going to Hab Central.
Okay.
Yeah, I think App Central rebounds. I think this week they come back and get the dub.
Yeah, I think that Stevens County is just they're down right now, so Hab Central for me as well too. So
Okay.
next up is Johnson versus Riverside.
Johnson and Riverside. All right. I know the coach at Riverside's done a really good job. He used to be the Dawson County coach years ago.
Really, he's super intense.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
So I am going to go with Riverside on that one.
I'm going Riverside. They've got
The Blackwell kid's really
yes,
good.
very, very good. Lakeview's got to play Riverside this year. I think that's going to be a great football game. Riverside is a lot more dangerous than people probably think.
Right.
He is very athletic. They've got some other athletes on that team. I'm going to say this quickly about Johnson because I know a lot of people are not giving them much credit. I love what that coach is doing,
Right.
Taking that program over, keeping them hyped up. We scrimmaged
Exactly.
Johnson. That line was better than what any of us thought they were going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I think Johnson plays hard, but Riverside gets the win.
Yeah, I'm agreeing. We're going to have some different opinions later on, but Riverside for me.
Okay.
Big. That's what I'm going to say. So, next is LCA, the only team that won last week for Hall County,
Right.
Which was very shocking.
Right.
Props to them against Georgia Force Christian.
I know absolutely zero about Georgia Force Christian. Couldn't tell you one thing about them. I'm picking LCA.
All right.
I'm also LCA come again, as I said last week, coming off the championship couple seasons there. I'm just going to be honest. I'm going LCA until they prove otherwise. So
Yeah.
LCA.
I've got to go with Georgia Force just to mix it up a little bit. They've played one more game, obviously, from LCA. So,
Right.
yeah, Georgia Force this week. East Hall, Franklin County.
Ooh, that's going to be a good matchup. Coach Turner does a really good job at East Hall. The coach at Franklin County has done a really good job of turning that program around. I'm going to go Franklin County.
I've also got to go Franklin County, and I think East Hall fights back a little harder this week, but they've still got some things to figure out.
Yeah, I was kind of taken back last week against the White County. They've lost a lot, and so for that, Franklin County beat Chesty pretty bad,
Right.
Which we know Chesty's not the Chesty of old. So Franklin County for me as well. So next up, Lakeview versus Chestatee.
I did not know they were playing each other.
First
Well, now-
time in history, Lakeview has played a Hall County school. First time a Hall County school.
And where
has played
is
a
that?
program.
Chestatee?
It's at Lakeview.
At Lakeview. Interesting. Man, I'll go with Lakeview, and I'm just saying that because after last week, I know when you get beat pretty bad, it's hard to come back from that sometimes. But if anybody can do it, Chestatee can do it. But I'm actually going to take Lakeview.
Chestatee, we're going to figure out. They may give Lakeview a little bit of fit with their run game, depending how it is. But in the end, I'm going Lakeview, and I think Lakeview is going to win by pretty good.
Yeah, Lakeview big. That's all that needs to be said on that one. So, this was interesting. West Hall versus Banks County, who I think is not even in a region,
Right.
having a region scheduled for the next couple of
Right.
years. So, 0-1 for West Hall, 1-0 for Banks County. I think they beat Appalachia last week. Close game. So, is that West Hall?
I'm going to go Banks County.
I am literally torn down the middle in this game, so therefore I'm going West Hall just to keep it in Hall County, and I do hope they get that win over there.
Glad you picked that because I was going Banks County the whole time. So,
Here we go.
Banks County big. in the words of Lee Corso. North Hall versus Wanda Barrow.
I'm going to take Coach Pender and North Hall in that one. He does an exceptional job over there. But Winder Barrow does a 5-star safety everybody
Really?
raves about. So,
Did not know that.
yeah.
Yeah,
They're in our region, actually. So,
Okay.
yeah. So we'll get to see them down the road.
I'm not sure just how good Winder Barrow is, but I am going to say this. I knew last week would be a tough matchup for North Hall, but they played a great GAC team. This week, I think North Hall is going to take it out on Winder Barrow, so I'm going North Hall.
Oh, yeah. North Hall big.
Okay.
And for the finale,
Game of the week.
that's right.
Game of the week. So, Coach, we're going to let you decide
Has any
if you
coach
pick.
ever come in here and picked against their own
No,
team?
no, I
was
would
about
never
to say
expect
I mean,
that.
we're relatively
Yeah,
beginners
yeah, yeah.
anyway. But
Yeah.
Some coaches might come in here and go superstitious, can't do it, but I don't. You know, Logan said, I don't know. I don't know if a coach will pick his own team. I said, or pick the game, and I
Oh,
said,
don't
no,
worry,
I'm
I'll pick
pretty
my-
sure. Yeah,
my
I'm
own
pretty
team.
sure it's not going to be
Yeah.
a problem.
Yeah. Tommy Jones does a great job over there. Great coach, great man. But yeah,
we know.
Falcons.
Yeah, I'm going to go at the end of the day. I know, again, as we said, community's ready for this game. So I think it's great. Both programs, y'all are playing each other, but at the end of the day, Fire Branch, I feel is coming out on top on this one.
Yep. I'm not saying this is because you're sitting here.
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming in here. If we had another guest picker in here for week 2, this game would have been the game of the week anyway.
Mm-hmm.
What I seen last week, or what I read,
Yeah.
you guys actually moved the ball, scored against a great Cass team.
Right.
Cherokee Bluff not so much against East Forsyth. Now we don't know if East Forsyth is that good, or they got some growing pains there at the Bluff. But I think Branch big over Bluff this week.
I sure hope so.
Yep.
We'll find out.
And I am going to say this, that completes this week's picks, but I am going to say this since you are sitting here, a game we're really looking forward to, and I know coaches don't like to look down the schedule, but one that we will be in attendance to
Yes.
is North Hall Fire Branch.
Yeah, that'll be a big one for sure.
As soon as we saw the schedule come out across the county, that one was like a spotlight on it.
I mean, that's what I'm excited about. I mean, last year we scrimmaged North Hall, but that was the only Hall County team we even played.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
know.
like, what are we doing?
I trust me, we've talked about it. I hate it, and I'm worried the power rankings are only going to make it harder for some schools to get scheduled. But we love the rivalries, and look, we're not taking anything away from the Bluff.
No.
They've got some potential. I know.
Yeah, the Haley kid is he's pretty sporty.
Oh yeah, it's very good. Riker, the running back, came transferred out from Lakeview. I think he used to be at Cherokee Bluff, went back, but he was at Lakeview the last few years, and that kid can run the football. But I just feel like from what y'all saw last week, making some adjustments, y'all will prevail. But anyways, can't thank you enough for being
Yeah,
on.
thank
here.
y'all so much. Enjoyed it.
We'd love talking to you. Love for the community to get to know you a little bit better, and again, love what you're doing down there. So
Yeah.
good luck.
Thank
this
y'all
week.
so much.
Yep.
Thank
Good
y'all.
luck.